Hi, welcome back to Mountaineers on Mic. I'm your host, Emma George, and today I'm here with the chief sports reporter, Ben Bonzik. Today we're going to be discussing Tuesday night's game against Fitchburg and tomorrow night's game against Shrewsbury. So Ben, what makes this game so important against Shrewsbury?
So what's going to make this game more important is that Tuesday's game against Fitchburg was an out-of-league matchup, whereas this game, Shrewsbury, a classic rivalry for Wachusett, this is an interleague matchup. The standings have more of an impact on this game. This is a must-win game for both teams, and they just need to give it their all so that way they can pick up the win.
That's awesome. So, going off of that, what really does stick out about Shrewsbury?
So what sticks out about Shrewsbury when I was going over some of their film is that similar to Wachusett, this is a very strong defensive team. They play as a cohesive unit, and you'll notice in the game that these two teams are very similar. They're aggressive, and they do not hold back. So this Shrewsbury team also with a 4-5 record, don't let that deceive you. They're on a 3-game win streak. They've really picked things up, and they're looking to get a big win here on the road to spoil things for Wachusett.
Yeah, that sounds great. So, going back to Tuesday night's game against Fitchburg, what can you tell us that stuck out from that game?
So what stuck out is that this Wachusett team, you had the COVID pandemic, you had everything. A lot of these kids haven't had a lot of time together to play, a season in front of fans all together as one. There's been a lot of different restrictions that have sort of held back this team, but it finally seems like coming towards a little bit past the midway of the season, they've finally found their groove. They're pushing the ball. They've got good ball movement. The shots are falling, and I think this Mountaineer team is at a point that they've never been at this season so far.
Yeah, that sounds great. And then earlier today, I heard that you had an interview with senior Nick Ciccone, and we hear that you addressed things about what happened during Fitchburg's game and what is going to be happening during tomorrow night's game, and so that's going to be exciting to hear.
Yeah, it was a great interview. He seems, as he always is, he's a leader, he's focused, and he definitely had some interesting responses. So check out that interview, which is coming up next. Go Mountaineers tonight. Hello and welcome back. I'm Ben Bonzik of the Wachusett Student Media News Network. I am here with Nick Ciccone of the Wachusett boys varsity basketball team. Nick, pleasure to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
I got a few questions for you today. My first question is big win versus Fitchburg, 44-30. What went right and what went wrong in that game?
I feel in that game we played really good defense. I think we held them to around 8 or 12 points in the first half, which is really good for a varsity level team. Although on offense we didn't get a lot going, like the 44 points is not what we want, especially against the good top teams like Brookline when we didn't get a lot going. But we want to get up to that 60 mark, I'd say. But it was still a good win.
Sounds good, sounds good. And on a more personal level, you had a great game against Fitchburg. You hit a couple threes. You were present in the rebounding game. You also had a great hustle play on the baseline where you really put your body on the line to save the ball, a play similar to against Shrewsbury that you're playing this Friday. Now, I talked to Aiden McGeary and Jake Chase on, two other players. They called you a leader of this team as a senior. Does that role bring a lot of pressure for you?
Not really, because even as a sophomore 2 years ago when I was playing, the coaches and the captains really focused on making it a team effort and everyone being involved. So I just tried to do my role and help get everyone else involved in as well. But I try to do that vocally, and I feel like it's been going pretty well this year.
Awesome, awesome. My final question for you, looking ahead, you got Shrewsbury tomorrow. The Badlands are back. Shrewsbury is a classic rival across all sports for Wachusett. What's your approach going into this game?
No, it'll be great to have fans back. We won't have to make as much of our own energy, which will be great to have all of my friends there and just being able to play in front of a bunch of people again. But it'll be the same approach that to any other game. Just go out and compete and try to win.
You heard it here. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. Shrewsbury's coming to Wachusett. Thanks once again, Nick.
Thank you.
I've been Ben Bonzik with the Wachusett Student Media Network, and we'll see you soon.